This is the 11th hour. The end of communism is powerful signal has come.
Minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition, liftoff.
Hill Air Force Base is the state's leading employer, currently providing jobs for more than 23,000 military and civilian personnel when combining the Ogden Air Logistics Center, 75th Air Base Wing, 388th and 419th Fighter Wings, and dozens of other tenant organizations. This also includes well-known government contractors from around the world who have expanded into Davis County.
Hill Air Force Base has been a great value to this community, not only in providing jobs, but also providing opportunities for other companies to come in because of the work that's done at Hill Air Force Base.
And it's not just defense contractors, it's also the industries that are there to support the infrastructure that exists.
Not only is Hill Air Force Base kind of the economic engine that drives the top of Utah, but it's very hard to distinguish where the base ends and the community begins. I mean, it's easy to determine that geographically because there's a fence around the base, but from a social standpoint, a religious standpoint, a relationship standpoint, that base is so integral to the community.
It's been a relationship where Hill has built the county and the county has built Hill, and people back east know it. People in the Pentagon understand the kind of community support that is out here for Hill Air Force Base, and it is a plus.
We have composite material manufacturers like Northrop Grumman, ATK, that are all kind of part and parcel of the efforts, with Hill Air Force Base. I've heard about Popeye's chicken. I'm waiting for an invitation. I like Popeye's chicken, and so, the big businesses and the small businesses are impacted because of Hill Air Force Base.
Hill Air Force Base has been the heart of the economy in northern Utah for a lot of years, dating back to the 1940s. So we've seen all of the growth in the economy kind of hover around the Hill Air Force Base area.
From just over 3,000 acres when it opened in 1939, Hill Air Force Base has grown to encompass more than 6,000 acres in both Davis and Weber counties, with additional management of more than 900,000 acres throughout northern Utah, including the Utah Test and Training Range.
You can't replicate Hill Air Force Base because of the Utah Test and Training Range and the spillover to the airspace above Dugway. Where else in the lower 48 can you find something like that?
Hill Air Force Base has been a force for growth in northern Utah because of its vital role in our nation's defense.
Walking the floors of the many hangars and to seeing our civilian workforce, whether it's landing gear or parts or whatever it is, all these dedicated workers who has national value. And at the end of the chain, there's a warfighter who depends on that worker.
It is both an entity that helps the country, but there's the great workforce that goes there every day, makes that an effective base.
I spent 35 years in the Air Force. I had an opportunity to go to a lot of different places. And the workforce at Hill Air Force Base is as good as they come. This is a patriotic workforce. This is a workforce that comes to work on time. They do what you ask them to do, and they do it well.
I know that most of these people come here, a lot of them say, oh, how did I get stuck out in Utah? And after they're here a while, they just love it.
Our military friends, they are absolutely like us. They love to ski, they love to golf, they love to participate in everything we've got around here. And they're just unbelievable neighbors and friends.
The base is a unique asset and demonstrates tremendous benefit to the nation and to the entire free world as it continues to live up to the selling points Utah's congressional delegation first used in 1934 to convince government and defense officials to open the facility. Those attributes are ample manpower, land, water and power, established rail and highway, and a strategic location protecting the base from possible enemy coastal attack.
Hill Air Force Base is one of the finest air logistics commands in the world, and I think the best of all of them that we have.
I've really come to appreciate having the opportunity to be inside of an airplane and see the skill that they have and how hard they work to keep those up and feeling so comfortable that they truly are protecting us.
There is so much diversity that exists at Hill Air Force Base and you look at the skill set that's required to keep that base operational, it's amazing.
When we look at a plane flyover, you can view that as the sound of freedom or a nuisance. And as 12 years as the mayor of Layton, I had one complaint on noise. And I explained to the gentleman that he may want to find a good real estate agent and find someplace else to live.
Today's Hill Air Force Base continues to take advantage of a highly educated and motivated workforce, logistical connections, and community support as Team Hill sets the standard in accomplishing a complex and vital military mission.
I think it's brilliant to give an award to Hill Air Force Base. They've opened themselves up to the community and said, we want your support, but we want, at the same time, we want to support you, and they do. They do.
We're grateful to have Hill Air Force Base as part of our community. We applaud their efforts and we wish them well in difficult circumstances in a difficult world that we find ourselves in with some instability around that we're going to be called upon to help stabilize, I'm afraid, in the future. So we're just proud to have them in our midst, and thanks for their great service.
Every single person that crosses that gate, thank you for what you do, because you keep our country strong.
I'm really pleased to congratulate Hill Air Force Base, which is, I think, the best air and logistics command in the world, for the 22,000 workers who work there and, of course, do a terrific job, and above all, for receiving this wonderful legacy award from the Davis Chamber of Commerce.